Golf. The Greatest Trip is the final day of 1987 Masters Tournament at Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia. Larry Mize, a relative newcomer, has a challenge in front of him. He has to hit his ball over a patch of tall grass and onto the putting green. He takes a few common practice swings before hitting the clawless chip shot, propelling the ball in an arc over the tall grass. The ball bounces a few times before rolling onto the putting green and directly into the coveted hole. Larry Mize wins the tournament. The crowd goes wild. At first glance, observers of golf may think that whacking a ball into a hole in the ground is a fairly simple task, but nothing could be further from the truth. To excel at golf, players need patience, balance, focus, and abundant practice. Amateurs and professionals. More than 60 million amateurs around the world enjoy golf for recreation. An estimated 23 million Americans were playing the sport in 1913, practicing on private or public golf courses across the country. Some golf courses can be expensive, but there are also plenty of affordable public courses. Beginners can also find junior or collegiate golf programs, which offer young people opportunities to learn, practice, or compete. A small number of professional golfers compete full-time in tournaments to earn their income from prize money to endorsements. Top men pro golfers compete in the U.S.-based Professional Golf Association (PGA) Tour, as well as the European Tour and the Japan Golf Tour, and several others. Top women pro golfers from around the world compete in the U.S.-based Ladies Professional Golf Association (LPGA) Tour. The Champions Tour is a men's tournament for pro golfers over age 50, while the Legends Tour is on female pros over 45. In addition, men's and women's golf have reached several top professional tournaments called majors. Winning a tour on a major brings prestige as well as money. Most professional golfers earn to live by teaching golf or operating golf courses or clubs. Golf around the world. People can play golf in more than 130 countries around the world, but it is especially popular in the United States, Great Britain, and Japan. The United States has more golf courses by far than any other country. However, when you compare each country's population with the number of golf courses it has, Scotland has the most, followed by New Zealand, Australia, and Ireland. New Zealand. In addition to outdoor courses, many locations have indoor digital golf simulators where golfers can improve their skills. The birth of golf. Modern golf began in Scotland in the 1400s. The sport probably migrated to England in the early 1600s and spread to Australia, India, and the other British colonies soon after. By the late 1800s, golf had become popular around the world. Some historians think the first golf balls were made of wood. They were replaced with early 1600s by Featherfield leather balls, featheries, which were costly and easily damaged. Golfers use clubs with wooden heads to reduce the damage of balls, but the high cost of the featheries prevented most people from playing golf. In 1848, manufacturers invented a rubber type of ball called gutty, using dried heat melt molded sea sap. Most people began to play because the balls were more affordable, and their increase of durability allowed golfers to begin using iron-headed clubs. Modern rubber core balls wrapped in rubber thread first appeared in 1898, and they're popular because they flew farther. Playing the game. Golf requires calculation and concentration. Golfers hit small, hard balls with different kinds of sticks or clubs. The goal of the game is to move the ball great distances through the air, and then shorter distances on the ground, into a small hole into the ground with a few strokes or hits. Golfers play on a golf course, which is a large area of land that is carefully mowed and trimmed to define the sections of each hole. Has a teeing ground, where golfers often place the ball on a small peg called a tee. They hit it toward the hole. The fairway is the long stretch of grass over which the ball travels on its way to the hole. The area right around the hole is the putting green, or simply the green, because the long distance from the tee of the hole between 100 and 600 yards. It usually takes several strokes to get the ball there. To make the game more challenging, most sections of the golf course have hazards, various types of obstacles that golfers try to avoid. Getting a ball into the hazard may require extra strokes, which is bad for the golfer's game. The two main types of hazards are bunkers and water hazards. Each of the golf course holes has a rough and outer area that often has longer grass as well as shrubs and trees. Getting the ball out of the rough is more difficult because the less manicured grass makes it harder to kick the ball cleanly, and the shrubs and trees can interfere with the shot. The golf game usually involves playing 18 holes, so it's common for golf courses to have 18 holes with unique layouts. On golf courses with only 9 holes, golfers sometimes play the entire course twice. Each hole is given a rating called a par. Based on the distance of the hole from the tee placement, par is the ideal number of strokes needed to get the ball into the hole. Most holes are rated 3, 4, or 5 par. The great golfers sometimes use even fewer strokes, adding up to the par of all 18 holes, yielding a score called par of a course. A typical course has a par of 73 strokes. At the end of the game, golfers who played together, usually in the group of 2 or 4, compared their totals for the entire course. The person with the lowest score wins. Golfers can also play alone and to practice the machines of the swing and improve their score against par to over their earlier scores on the same course. In golf, the score is calculated by comparing the number of strokes to par. A stroke of 1 stroke over par on a hole is a bogey. And the 2 strokes over the par is double bogey. The score of 1 stroke under the par is birdie. And the 2 strokes under par is an eagle. If the golfer hits the single perfect shot the entire distance up from the teeing ground to the hole, it's a hole-in-one and a cause for celebration. It can take between 3 and 5 hours to play a round of golf, or 18 holes. People who golf recreationally can ride and course in the golf carts, while professional golfers are required to walk the entire course as they move from one hole to the next. Helpers called caddies carry their clubs. Course etiquette is an important part of the game. Golfers respect the level of the concentration it takes to make a good shot. They're careful not to distract other golfers with loud conversation or noise, and they stand back whenever someone is getting ready to take a swing. If a golfer sees that an airborne ball or he or she has it is flying toward another person for the group of the course, the golfer yells "4" to warn them to watch out. Another aspect of course equity is replacing devotes. Chunks of grass knocked loose by the golf club. Cordless golfers make sure they leave the golf course in good condition for the next players. Golf legends. Jack Nicklaus, nicknamed Golden Bear, is generally considered the greatest golfer in the history for the sport. During his professional career, from 1961 to 2005, he won over 100 competitions, including a record-setting 6 Masters tournament among a total of 18 majors. Patty Burke's professional golfing career began in 1940. After she had already won 29 amateur titles as a professional, she won an impressive 60 tournaments and 15 major titles. And as one of the founders of the LPGA and its first president, she helped open doors for women professional golf. Aldrich Tom Tiger Woods is considered by many as one of the greatest golfers currently playing. His talents were evident by the time he was 8. He became a professional golfer in 1995 at the age of 20. The following year he won the Masters tournament, becoming the youngest man to earn the title. He currently has more career victories in the PGA Tour than any other active players. Unusual hazards. Golfers are a word for bunkers and ponds, but sometimes they encounter unexpected hazards as well. A balloon ran down a fairway at 2014 Nedbank Challenge in South Africa, and a hazard of kangaroos hopped around the course during the 2013 Women's Australian Open. No doubt the most unusual setting ever was the moon. Astronaut Alan Shepard went to the moon in 1971. He hit a few golf balls while he was there. Few players will ever experience golfing on the moon or with baboons, but the ancient sport of golf is available for anyone in a club and a golf ball. With lots of practice, young players will learn what millions of golfers and at least one astronaut already know. Golf is out of this world.